I'm Calvin Chapman with the Hgp Sportscast. Good evening. Guyana Girls Academy and Football Camp was launched today at the Guyana Football Federation's boardroom. The camp begins tomorrow at the Transport Sports Club ground. Details are following this story. The Guyana Football Federation, GFF, in collaboration with the Guyana Girls Academy, GGA, have embarked in a partnership that will help to develop women's football from the grassroots level in Guyana. The GGA camp is a 4-day football camp geared towards giving young girls a peek into the GGA setup as well as to create more interest in girls football. The first camp will be held from tomorrow, July 26, to Saturday, July 29 in Georgetown at the Transport Sports Club ground on Wolford Avenue and is open to girls ages 7 to 11. The camp will allow Guyanese girls to get a taste of the GGA and girls football with an elite coaching staff in a professional environment on and off the field. Head of the Guyana Girls Academy, Colin Wilson, who is a women's coach based in the USA, explained that his organization, who partners with the GFF, also collaborates with APSA. Guyana will be participating in the CONCACAF qualifiers for the Women's Under-17 World Cup beginning on August 9th, and squad depth is one of the challenges of the team. Colin Wilson, head of the Guyana Girls Academy, explained that.
So with this camp, we're starting off with the younger girls and we're hoping to build from there so that we can get as many girls as possible to create as big of a player pool for Guyana so that they can compete at the highest levels in the future.
Technical Director of the GFF, Ian Greenwood, noted at the launch that women's football in Guyana is behind world standards about 20 years. The GFF is keen to be associated with the GGA because women's football development is high on the organization's agenda.
Predominantly, we know it's been mainly overseas based due to the quality that we've been getting from overseas. We need to develop local players ourselves, and that has to start at the ages of 5, 6, 7. So this initiative that will be falling under the GFF Technical Development Plan will help develop young girls into footballers down the years.
Greenwood further stated that after the Guyana Girls Academy camp is completed, the girls from the event will be involved in various GFF Scotiabank Academy training centers and grassroots programs to have continued practice all year round. Head of the GFF, Wayne Ford, expressed gratitude to all the individuals who would have helped women's football in Guyana.
We are on the verge of announcing when the actual work on our own facility will start. That will be on a separate press conference. But I have assured Mr. Wilson that next year when he gets back here, he'll be conducting his clinic on the Guyana Football Federation facility.
Ford expressed sorrow at the available facilities for the camp, but promised by next year that Colin Wilson and the Guyana Girls Academy will be utilizing a GFF football facility, as the GFF president hinted that works on the FIFA Forward project will begin soon. The National Sports Commission is hosting a football workshop for coaches being conducted by 2 international instructors, one each from the Netherlands and Suriname. The workshop, which began on Monday, will last for 5 days, concluding on Friday. More details to follow. This initiative is a collaboration between the government of Netherlands and Guyana through the Foreign Affairs Ministry to spread the goodwill of sport between the countries. Head of the National Sport Commission, Christopher Jones, picked up the mantle and gathered physical education teachers from around the country, especially those involved in the Digicel Schools football tournament. 32 coaches were identified for this program, which is dubbed Football Coaching and Life Skills. At the Ministry of Education ground on Monday, practical football coaching sessions were being conducted. One of the international coaches, Andre Simmelink, who works with the Royal Dutch Football Association, KNVB in the Netherlands, as a football coach instructor, related some of the topics that were covered in the first day.
We started today with the question, what is football? And we teach all the participants to look at the football, and we try to organize a Dutch vision about football.
In addition, basic coaching techniques and drills were discussed. Onifa George, a trained English teacher that is actively involved in football at the Berbice High School in Region 6, is one of the 32 teachers that are taking part in the 5-day workshop.
This is very beneficial not only for me but to all the teachers here, and we must applaud the NSC for seeing it fit to bring a program like this.
George shared some of the things that she learned on the first day.
Okay, as you said, today is our first day, but I would have learned a lot in terms of how we effectively communicate with our players and various systems that we can put in place to communicate with them. Today was just a lot of fun, and today was basically learning how to communicate and impart knowledge to our players.
Among the players that were present on day one's practical session was 15-year-old Jamal Hines from North Renvelt Secondary School and Fruta Conquerors Football Club. The lad related his delight in being part of the session.
Today we had a session whereby we learned to pass with some international coaches, how to make weight depth, and certain lots of things that will educate the youths in football aspect, such as fundamental of sports.
Practical sessions are being held daily at the Ministry of Education ground from 11 hours to 12:30 hours and 14:30 hours to 16 hours, with theory from 9 hours to 10:30 hours. In basketball news, we tell you now that Guyana's team to this year's FIBA Central Basket Under-17 tournament departed today for the Dominican Republic, where they will compete in the 8-team tournament from July 26 to 30. Drawn in Group A of the tournament that features Bahamas, Dominican Republic, Guyana, Jamaica, Mexico, Panama, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands, the Lugard Mohan coach team will bounce into action on opening day against the Bahamas on July 26, tomorrow, from 1300 hours, followed by a clash with Puerto Rico on Thursday, July 27, and then close off their group play against Mexico on Friday, July 28. Teams will play in round-robin format for 3 days, after which the top 2 teams from each group will advance to the next phase, where the first-place team of Group A will oppose the second-place team in Group B, and vice versa. The top 3 teams from the tournament will qualify for the FIBA Under-18 Americas Championship 2018 to be played in St. Catharines, Canada from June 11 to 17, 2018. Hgp Sport will keep you updated on the team's performances in subsequent sportscast. We tell you now that Banks DIH United Circle Tennis Club will be hosting Al Sport and Tour promotions this Friday, July 28, in a pre-Emancipation Day night circle tennis match. The game, which will be an all-female one, is scheduled to loop off at 6 p.m. and will be played 125 deliveries per team. This is yet another game in a series of matches in an effort to take the national game back to its glory days. And with that, we conclude the Hgp Sportscast. It's now back to you, Travis.